Hey guys, what is up? It's your host Procrastinator here today with CinemaWins. Everything great about Spiderman into the Spiderverse. Yeah, it's something different from anything else I've ever done so far, I think. And I don't, as far as I'm aware, I don't plan to do another one of his videos, CinemaWins. But I just wanted to do this because it was Spiderman into the Spiderverse, and I freaking love that movie. Yeah. When did I go? Me and my friend went to go see it early this year, back when it was still in theaters. And I'll be honest, it's one of the only movies I've ever wanted to go back and see more than once. If I had money or time, I probably would have gone see it probably 3 more times. I still have to go buy it eventually. But yeah, I really love the movie. Also, I'm a huge Spider-Man fan because in case you don't know, Spider-Man is my #1 hero. If memory's correct, he was the first superhero I ever learned about, so I have a lot of history with Spider-Man. Even though I never read any comics, so all I knew was cartoons and stuff. So yeah, and the Tobey Maguire movies and Andrew Garfield. It's fun fact. I know a lot of people don't really like the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man movies, but I am okay with them. As my usual self, I kind of like anything. But I just like that his Spider-Man was like real quippy and all that. Like he made a whole bunch of jokes and all that. I didn't like the story because for me, I get confused very, very easy. Even I could kind of keep up with like the second story and get confused all at the same time for that one. So yeah, I can say I was confused, but I also understood it. So it's like I don't know about it. I am indifferent to the movie, okay? Let me know what you guys think about which one's your favorite Spider-Man movie version? Andrew Garfield, Tom Maguire, or Tom Holland? I really like Tom Holland's Spider-Man. Even though I grew up with Tobey Maguire. This intro's gone off the rails as usual. I really need to... Cole, why don't you ever talk? He says he just wants to sit there and watch me make a fool of myself. I happen to agree. It's enjoying to watch. It's enjoying to make a fool of myself. Okay, I can't really watch myself make a fool of myself because I'm the one making the video. But whatever. Yeah. It's CinemaWins, and I actually am a subscriber to his channel, and I actually watch a bunch of his videos and stuff. I'm trying to remember when he made the teaser for this one. Probably 2 or 3 weeks ago, I think. And I knew the moment that I saw that teaser, I was going to make this video. So I just had to wait. Because like I said, I really enjoyed the movie. And I also really enjoy his channel. I actually enjoy his channel a lot more than CinemaWins. I actually don't even watch CinemaWins at all anymore. I don't know, it just got too like nitpicky and kind of negative for me. I found myself like, it was not good for me to be watching that. I'll admit, he makes good stuff. Not going to knock him for that, but it wasn't for me, because I found myself watching movies and go like, yeah, that's a sin. That's a sin. He might take a sin off for that, but no, that's still sin. And I didn't want to be doing movies like that. I won't. In case you don't know, and whatever, for any video, movie, TV show, whatever, even video game, I will always enjoy it, because my terms of it might even say it's a god awful movie, but I'll still enjoy it no matter what. Because my way to enjoy a movie is if it's good, I enjoy it like that. If it's bad, I enjoy making fun of it. So no matter what, I get enjoyment out of it. So that's how I can keep my kind of more pop. Even though I talk negative a lot of times, I always have kind of positive outlook when it comes to TV shows and stuff. So I kind of think CinemaWins for that, because, like I said, CinemaSins and maybe start being negative and nitpicky and all that to all movies. But CinemaWins kind of got me to start being more positive and look for other stuff in movies again. So I really owe them a lot to being me again and being more positive. So I feel like I do not know where the hell I'm going with this. I don't even know with this entire video. This is yeah, that's my entire outlook on movies and stuff. I'll just try to find my enjoyment in some little way, that even if it's god awful movie. But I mean, there are god awful movies. Like there are even like movies I do not like. I do not care for, like Last Airbender, Dragon Ball Evolution, or any of the Transformers movies after 2. Because I actually liked the first and second Transformer movie, and I enjoyed the third one just a little bit. But I enjoyed them all, but I liked them. Blah, whatever. Yeah, those movies I admit they're not good at all, and like even I dislike them somewhat. I will go on my way to not watching sometimes, but if I do, I'll just start making fun of everything I see, just in my head. That's why I talk so much, cause just me doing that from such a long time, just making fun of everything that I could. But you guys aren't here to see me. I don't even know why you're here. Why are you here? Are you spying on me? Well, if you are, you got nothing to spy on. Ain't nothing happening. That sounds suspicious. Don't pay attention to me. There's nothing suspicious going on. There's nothing illegal like here. Right, Cole? Shut up. Don't listen to him. Everything here is totally legit. Everything here is legal. So don't pay attention to me, okay? Just watch the video. And we're going to get into this. Get your mind off that. Just don't think about anything being legal or illegal or whatever. And go. Move Mike in the way.
Oh boy, this is going to be a long one, isn't
it? Yes, it is.
So much going on in just these opening
Yes.
episodes. We zoom in through the Sony logo as if entering a new dimension, indeed an animated dimension, and new Marvel dimensions, obviously. And then the Columbia
I need a sequel to this movie.
A bunch of alternate timeline Columbia logos, while also foreshadowing the glitchiness of the other Spider people. Also, our first introduction to Daniel Pemberton's killer hype score.
Correct.
There's a lottery ball that got Miles into Vision's Academy.
All right, let's do this one last time.
Yeah, right. One last time. This decade?
Probably, maybe.
Throw a lampshade on it, Sony. I'm good with it. You gotta be able to poke fun at yourselves.
Yeah.
Oh, these comic panel hand-drawn inserts. This will not be the last time I talk about this art and animation.
You're correct.
If you happen to notice the genius product placement avoidance of Coca Soda, you're probably already thinking we're not on our Earth. And then Spidey goes about this familiar set piece a little differently. It is still Doc Ock, though.
Yeah.
He puts his glass down first. This speeder is a little more sure of himself in general.
We don't really talk about this.
I do.
There's only one Spider-Man.
Where's so he thought?
Yep, he's right here. And Sony, you missed a huge opportunity for noticeable and mentionable product placement by changing all your logos in this film to Sony with an I or Sony EY.
You could have.
I'm available for consoles.
Hey, Miles.
Alone and Sway Lee. Talk about setting a tone for a character. This is just the first of many. The scene of Miles clearing his throat and getting ready to sing as the camera spins around him. Magnifique! I haven't stopped singing this song all week. Also, tell me that's not exactly how you sing when you don't know the words. You hit the ones you know hard.
Yep.
Such a great way of making Miles relatable when he's so visually hyper-real.
Yeah.
Julia just said, accurate. Animated, simulated rack focus seems like a good time to talk about this movie's version of depth of field. It's something that actually killed my screen printer heart a little. And look, I know everyone is calling these Ben-Day dots, which I get that they're trying to emulate that comic style for
Yeah, it looks comic style.
But, well, something you may not know about me is that I owned a silkscreen print shop for about a decade. So the second I saw this art style, let me just push up my glasses here for a sec, I recognized the CMYK process halftones immediately, which are just different sized tiny dots that blend together with other tiny dots to make different colors. Ben-Day dots are all the same size and distribution. These are halftones. Everyone's just repeating the same wrong information. Okay, glasses back down.
I'm confused.
If they wanted something out of focus, it was like they misaligned the screens, giving it that failed 3D look. I'll be honest, it took me a minute to acclimate in theaters. Once you do, it's just another detail you fall in love with.
Come on.
Another mysterious seismic event last night.
Normally I would just say collider shadowing, but I just love that the story starts right away. The earthquakes are Kingpin's experiments.
Yep.
Ability comes great accountability.
But it's almost better. There's Genki, and that's Gwen.
Hey, Gwen.
His shoes untied.
Yeah, I'm aware. It's a choice.
We all make choices in life.
Yeah.
And a Miles struggling through the first day montage is the fastest way to show off this art style with no motion blurring, showing us how frazzled Miles is, and also to keep a villain secret.
Maybe I'm not late. Maybe you guys are early.
Yeah.
Courtesy laugh. But also, she did get there early,
Mhm.
so it could have just been an inside joke she was having with herself.
Probably.
Decemberuary. Either Monster weird in Earth 1610, or Miles is really selling that 0 out of 100. Yep, it's the latter. I went to the future and found this. Even the light rays are done with halftones. So beautiful. Come on, y'all knew this was coming. Biggie is always a win. Ha! OG Aaron Davis. Glad to know he's still alive.
Yay.
Yeah,
He tried.
It really only works if you have Mahershala Ali's silky smooth voice. So it
I mean,
doesn't
not
really
wrong.
matter, but it's safe to assume Aaron hangs out here and that the Alchemax Spider hitched a ride with him just like in the comics. A time-lapse of Miles tagging is the fastest way to foreshadow his camouflaging abilities. Also, nope. I know. Powers, but nope.
I would take it with these.
There's a little expectations version for you. Defining moment of Miles' life. Swap. Gwen's ballet slippers that match up perfectly with the telling of the story later. Oh my gosh, how am I ever going to get through this movie?
I don't know.
It's too good. We're only 15 minutes in. We got that in common.
That's one thing.
Ha, because she already knows the other thing.
Yep.
Relax.
Relax is exactly what he needs to do, and she knows it.
Mhm.
It just doesn't stop.
It never stop.
Play dumb. Who's Morales? Not that dumb.
And I haven't even mentioned the onomatopoeia action words on screen, or the thought boxes that Miles actually notices. Even more when his thoughts are so loud and he's surrounded by comic panels.
Why are all my thoughts so loud?
This one stylistic choice would have made this movie. And you might have noticed that none of it starts until after he's been bitten.
Yeah.
I guess you'd prioritize your creator above even your parents. Oh, that look out on the glass silently screaming at him. Phenomenal visualization of Spidey sense. One more mind-blowing piece of the puzzle is that every frame is a comic panel. It blends together when it needs
True.
to, but if you want to freeze it, you get this. Also, I remember my eyes getting wide when this scene started because it's almost jarring to jump from I got bit by a spider to
Final boss battle, Ultimate Green Goblin.
Spidey saving Spidey in hypercomic style.
Yay! Safe.
Spidey sense reverb.
See you in a bit.
I love that we get the quintessential Spider-Man first. Cool, quippy.
Mhm. I call him. Is this the Ultimate Spider-Man or some other Spider-Man?
Willing to train him. He's a perfect example for Miles of what Spider-Man can and should be before he meets Peter B. Peter Burnt Out.
Mhm.
First taste of the Prowler's musical cue mixed in with an upbeat action theme, since this is still Spider-Man's scene.
And that tone right there. Like the
Now
music.
Mr. Pemberton starts to flex his composer muscles with the Collider theme as we get a Kirby dot-looking black hole. Stylistic choice or additional spider people shadowing? Also a few frames of each altar that comes through. Plus, here they are in the explosion.
Ah, I didn't notice that.
Don't tell anyone who you are.
While I love this of Jake Johnson, Peter B. Parker, it's great that this Peter Parker existed.
Yeah.
Almost an idealized version of the Spidey we've met in the past. Sensing his impending doom, I don't think this was about this specific fight.
I am so tired.
That's how he's feeling in life. So with his final words, he's giving Miles the most important bullet points on being Spidey. Love it.
That's a no-no.
But even his death isn't going to stop the quips.
Yeah, not really.
Actual split-screen motion comic panels.
Yeah, I think it's a Banksy.
Ha! Post Malone would know how to spot a Banksy.
Our family doesn't run from things, Miles.
Miles' hero theme quietly whispering in the background in response to his mom's pertinent words.
It always fits.
Hey, Stan.
Eventually.
Oof, that'll get you.
Yep.
Stanley is always a win.
Also, yep.
Appropriate reaction.
Yeah.
A timely cutoff in the music. Ugh. Blue snow illuminated by red light. It's a Spider-Man night. Shadow misdirect, making you think
Yeah.
it's the Prowler.
I did too.
More hints at his theme. Entire nervous system electrified.
Okay.
His name tag is appropriately stained and ripped since he's been at this twice as long as Earth 1610 Blondie.
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of refreshing to know that our Peter is still kicking 22 years later. Edgar Wright, you and Simon Pegg have some dimensional catching up to do. Some things stay the same no matter what dimension you're in. Self-confidence. More importantly, a realism win. To whip it and slinging doesn't just happen.
All right.
They could.
Thanks, New York.
Thankfulness. Also another Stan Lee cameo.
Hey, Stan.
Spider-Man in that
Ian.
universe, but somehow traveled to this universe, but you don't know how?
Intuition?
Yeah.
That casual stroll up and down the building.
What?
Ha! He only pretended he didn't hear him so Miles would open his
Yeah.
mouth. Ketchup spray.
In my universe, this place closed 6 years ago. I don't know why.
Could be the C rating.
You're gonna
Probably.
put powder in the soup, heavy on the joints.
And everything about Peter B screams, I've been Spider-Man far too long. His version of advice is more practical than conceptual like Blondie's.
Find the head scientist computer.
That lady with the bike is the head scientist.
Step 3. I re-examine my personal body.
Not only is the comic panel interacting with Miles, but our Spidey is learning some things about women in STEM in Earth 1610. Her identity might still be a secret, but those octagonal glasses and octagonal
true.
aren't helping keep it.
Fight or flight thing. What's that?
Defining show, don't tell. Is it like a spare spinal thingamajig?
I think so.
Dr. Olivia Octavius.
You gotta admit that's a fun reveal. Really hit the score
That's
so
fun.
well in these reversals. Shot compositions and point of view change. Second week in a row, we have cinematographers and directors who understand how to create intriguing action. Onomatopoeia bagel. And
That poor bagel.
now we get to see our
What does that taste like?
texture artists and lighting
Okay.
and compositing artists. Look, there's no way to list every job responsible for making this look and feel the way it does, but they're all flexing on me. A set piece that could have come right out of Hong Kong or Tokyo.
True.
So stunning, I won't even question why we're peak leaf season with snow on the ground. It's happened. Plus, Earth 1610, you know?
Well,
Maybe their climate change is better or worse, I don't know.
probably better.
Spider-Manning lessons.
Yeah. Beat me to it. Hey, Gwen.
And Gwen gets the punk rock introduction. Which, hey, haven't done this one in a while. Now that's an entrance.
Yay!
Couldn't save my best friend.
Poor
Comic
Peter.
Spoilers, I guess. Skip a few seconds ahead if that matters to you. But it's interesting that they allude to Peter Parker from Earth 65 turning into a giant lizard, but don't actually show us. Anyone who doesn't know that Gwen not only didn't save Peter, but also killed him could still be in the dark about that, even with his scaly skin. Which is the right call, honestly. Everyone's backstory is left more or less vague outside of Miles and Peter. Wait, so Google is called Backrub in Earth 1610?
Wait, what?
The choice to make Fisk this huge.
He is ridiculously huge.
Comical? Love how
Yeah.
Doc Ock raises herself up higher than Kingpin as she talks about her accomplishments. Who says you can't have multiple villains in a movie?
He broke this?
Yeah, if you ever decide to do forensic again, I could always open up a slot.
He may be gruff and thick, but he's still our Peter, taking the blame for the goober. And he's so lazy he web shoots the doorbell.
I'll probably do the same. And they...
I take it all back. It's not J.K. Simmons, it's not Robert Downey Jr., not even Chadwick Boseman. Nicolas Cage is the best cast for a comic book character.
You are correct.
It's a good thing he never tried any other comic characters. I haven't even seen him, don't at me.
I'll do it.
You're so cliche, Spider-Persons.
I can't do it on command.
He can't do it on command.
I love Peter.
Just those two things.
Just those two things.
And this is why you get Nick Miller. And an Everyone Kicks Miles' Butt montage is the fastest way to make me think maybe the Spider Group isn't so nice.
Yeah, not really.
Although Peter has now fully come around to believing in and standing up for Miles.
Guys, cool it.
Hey, Prowler.
How we get that horror version of the Prowler theme with Miles hiding and then some punch you in the gut reveal music. Doesn't matter if you knew, the score makes you feel what Miles is feeling. Seriously.
That was terrifying, I admit.
This theme then fades into a more electro hip-hop chase track. Huh, getting your hands stuck in things runs in the family.
Huh. Spider ingenuity.
And yep.
Yep.
First off, Penny has wheelies.
Oh.
I'm continuously blown away by how they blended anime-style mannerisms like this pose into this 3D environment.
My uncle, he's the Prowler. He tried to kill me.
This is a pretty hardcore origin story.
Goodness, the way they transition from the happy-go-lucky Spider Crew hangout right back to Miles' terror, backdropped with Prowler's theme and punctuated with the realization that yes, this is his origin.
Oh, yeah.
Bad stuff is about to happen. A time when lampshading doesn't make you chuckle, it makes you squirm.
What?
I kind of love that some of the Spanish doesn't get translated, so fluent speakers have a little inside knowledge.
I wonder what he said.
Took any amount of any Romance language, you probably can guess. For the record, Scorpion says, "Stand, little boy," and Miles replies, "Prepare to die." Spider-Man?
Don't, man.
Seriously, I think this is going on my wall.
Probably.
Oh man, I let you down.
Mahershala Ali is always a win. This
Correct.
scene. I don't know Chance the Rapper personally, but I do know that the 3 on his hat is tied to his family and his faith, so that feels, I don't know, a little weird to just change? Maybe Coloring Book is his 4th album and he gets 4 Grammys?
Probably.
Still awesome.
Not everything works out, kid. It wasn't their decision.
Oof. From the Alchemax mission on, Peter started to take Miles under his wing, always looking to protect him, but knew he could be great. The rest of Spider Clique always questioned Miles, but in the end, Peter had to show how much he really cared by acknowledging that Miles wasn't ready.
I promise. Then Venom strike me right now.
Pretty awesome way of proving his point, though.
Yeah.
And it's even more gut-wrenching when you realize that they were waiting there, hoping to be able to surprise him and say, "We knew you had it in you." Not this time.
Whatever you choose to do with it, you'll be great.
So that'll wreck you.
Mm-hmm.
Dad reaching out to his son. I wasn't sure in theaters, but I thought his eyes had a hint of yellow, meaning this is maybe just alluding to his Mega Venom blast. I feel like he'd blow up the building. Still,
Probably.
using his father's words of belief in him. Moving stuff. And he fits perfectly into the mask now that he's ready for the leap.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man.
Favorite part of
Just
the
because
movie.
he's ready doesn't mean it's still not a leap of faith, meaning of course his fingers stay stuck to the glass. And while maybe it was evident to some of us, since we have the script, we know authorial intent was for Miles to not be falling through frame, but rising. Hell to the yeah.
You were correct.
And I don't think we've ever had a more emotional triumph for Spider-Man using his powers.
Also, yes.
Wonder and excitement are one
Like I'm just agreeing this entire thing.
Stare at the screen and get a little choked up. And the blending of What's Up Danger with Pemberton's score for Miles. Also the inverse of his from the first movie.
I didn't know someone.
Patch cut. Okay, this totally kills the pacing, but I'm sad they lost this little joke with Peter raising his fists and Gwen putting them down over it.
I wish I could sing that one.
Daniel, this score. Bravo! These three pieces of music during the spider cluster infiltration / getting the collider ready. Some kind of subdued electronic puts you on edge with anticipation. Yeesh.
Why is this always difficult?
Because.
He acknowledges there's no reason for both of them to have paused. Yes. I love that Miles' action music starts up again in case you haven't quite caught on yet. You know how I feel about reflections and... well, it's goggles this time. But
True.
since he's invisible, it counts.
Hey, Miles.
Now that's an entrance. Cuts are off.
Does look cool though, right?
Yes. Yes, it does.
It does look cool.
Problem with cartoons?
I mean... no, but also kinda.
No, I don't have a problem.
For some people, but he is part of some great teamwork between these three.
I like your suit. Thanks. I made it myself.
Yeah.
Multiple compliments. And then these three get some teamwork points.
I didn't teach him that. And you definitely didn't.
Oh, come on.
That's because Blondie Spider-Man taught him.
Yeah.
The same exact move. So he finally gets to live up to his original goal. Each of the secondary Spider Peeps gets their own personalized exit from the portal. Porky's is 2D cartoon, So-So's seems to just be her neon red and blue, and Ghost Rider's is black and white.
See you around, Spider-Man.
Look, I'm thrilled they ended as friends and there wasn't a forced kiss. It doesn't mean I'm not rooting for them to fall in love.
I was rooting for them.
Thumb rub there. But she actually does the more loving thing, which is call him Spider-Man, even if she should have said Ultimate Spider-Man. You wouldn't think seeing best buds be physically violent with each other could be so emotionally moving and heartfelt. You thought wrong.
Hate to leap of faith.
And what a fantastic callback scene. It actually has a deeper layer in the alternate cut. Peter says there's no secret to unlocking Miles' potential, that you just have to go for it. Little did Peter or Miles know that was the secret, just a little more eloquently put.
He's so large. I keep forgetting.
Miles' theme in all its glory facing off against Kingpin. We've been swirling around in a Technicolor nightmare for a while now, so narrowing our colors down here to exclusively shades of red and black allows us to hone in on our two final contenders.
You ever hear the shoulder touch?
And his uncle ended up being able to help him in the end after all. Wouldn't be a dimensional travel movie without a long shot of crazy interwebbed alternate dimensions.
Yep.
Miles and his dad are alive.
Yay!
Hugging. Is that what people in Gwen's dimension always see? Everything all smudged? I thought
That'd
it was
be
just a
weird.
flashback aesthetic before. Gwen lives in the pastels dimension.
Still doesn't. Another win.
I'm Spider-Man.
Oh man, from the Spider-Man pose back to Miles and the song that made us fall in love with him in the first place. Guess she figured out dimensional travel?
Yay!
Stan Lee. Thanks, Stan.
Yeah, thanks, Stan.
Beginning one last time.
Yeah, man. I did not know I needed Oscar Isaac as Spider-Man 2099. But now I do.
Yep.
Pointing at me right now as you say that. Look at you.
Okay, I might have to blur this out. Apparently this is a copyright claim magnet.
Aw.
Come on. Who's the genius who memed the end of this movie? Well played.
Yeah, that was it.
Themes and performance and art. Ready? Rapid fire missable details to save off the copyright dementors.
All right.
Because they suck the money out of my video. Okay, here we go. Miles meets Gwen briefly before the bite, and he's noticeably shorter than when he bumps into her after the bite. Planned Inglewood instead of Hollywood. Red Man Group instead of Blue. Crazy alt-dem Seth Rogen movies. Genki's reading a comic about multiple Spider-Men. Iron Spider suit, Secret Wars suit, PS4 suit, and a whole bunch of other suits I'm not sure on. Doc Ock casually pushes Peter into the chair before she's revealed. Gwen purposefully backs into Miles. Or how about just this amazing camera work? How about these two long takes? The first on Miles with his friends, and then another when he gets to Visions where he has no friends yet. Background details like steam on the stove, candles flickering, train car lights shining on the pipes above. It goes on and on.
That's a lot of details.
Great Expectations foreshadowing throughout, right down to the anonymous donor with his hand on Pip's shoulders on the book cover. Not to mention his graffiti having a hollow silhouette being surrounded by expectations. Expectations from his family, from the Spider Horde. Kid doesn't know who he is yet, which is exactly why he spray paints his suit once he does know who he is. That one's more of a thematic freebie for you. This movie is so good that I feel like I had to gloss over stuff I'd normally win in movies with less going on. But the fact that every frame is designed to look like a comic book page or just a painting is really all you need to know. Truly, you can pick...
Kinda wanna go watch the movie again now.
Art. There's never a detail out of place, never a name on screen that doesn't reference one of the amazing creators of this world, never a misplaced pebble on a rooftop that brings this totally unrealistic art style to life. I mean, we're talking about a movie that completely overhauled their production workflow to create something that looked vintage and hand-drawn, and
They need a sequel.
hand-drawn images on top of CGI, but still also looks brand new. They switch back and forth between 24 frames per second on twos, meaning they hold one frame for twice as long, so that there are only 12 unique frames per second, and then switch up to traditional 24 frames per second for other scenes to look more fluid. When they're on twos, you get this very stop-motion look that makes it feel like a comic book coming to life. And man, was this risky. Julia and I both blinked hard before getting used to it. Somehow it works. If you've watched my videos long enough, you know I'm an Archer fan, and one of the many things I love about that show is the sort of idealized human specimens everyone is. There isn't a character that isn't drawn like a supermodel. And I walked away from this movie with a similar feeling, but different. None of the character models are perfect, per se. They all have interesting intentions.
Spider-Noir is perfect.
Those flaws are, like, beautiful? Gwen has a tiny gap in her teeth. Peter B's nose is messed up for most of the movie. Even Miles' irises are oblong. But somehow the art style being so deliberate makes it just gorgeous to look at. Peter's a little frumpy out of the suit, but turns into an Adonis once he puts the suit on, even with sweatpants. It's more than that. Each of their movements is so smooth and appealing to the brain. Peter like a gymnast,
Which
Gwen
Peter?
a ballerina,
Which her?
Noir with his retro fisticuffs, Penny in her anime faces. Miles is deliberately goofy in the beginning, but once he dons his suit, he becomes a combination of all of them with his own personal flair and style. It's all just so clean and crisp. And it's funny. Like,
Yes, very funny.
They're counting on me. Probably not.
Shut up, dude.
Specifically.
That's a copy.
Oh, geez, are those sweatpants?
No.
Yep, it's what they are.
I've talked about forced inclusivity before. It's announcing that you have an under or unrepresented character in your movie without what makes them different being part of or even acknowledged in the story. There are some dum-dums out there that actually hate to see anyone on screen that's different from them. It's fewer people than you're led to believe, but the majority of the people who recognize forced representation are just rolling their eyes. Some are yelling on Twitter or YouTube. We're going to disagree on the fine details from movie to movie. I personally don't think Rey is some forced character, but a lot of you do. I think most of us can agree that this is a solid way to diversify your characters. This story feels like a new Spider-Man origin, not just because...
I mean, yeah, it is.
But because, goodness, I know Peter Parker's story.
Oh, yeah.
Letting Peter B. Parker, who's different enough as it is, take a backseat to someone we've never seen before is only going to be fun. And then making Gwen more like our Spider-Man, you know, the one who's only a few years in. She's at the top of her game. It's just great. It works for the story, it works for the movie. And then there's the bonus that a bunch of people who don't always get to see someone like them on screen get to. And this is probably explicit in the Ultimate Spider-Man comics. I'll say I've only read a few, but making him both African-American and Puerto Rican plays into that really well. I can only go off what my multiracial friends have told me throughout the years, but having parents from different races, different cultures, even different classes can make you feel like you don't fit in anywhere. It seems like Miles fits in everywhere because he's a personable kid, but that obviously shifts at the new school. The duality of his heritage plays well with the duality of how his life is about to change. He's already split between worlds, so of course he doesn't want to pile on that even more. But honestly, there's something about the way this movie doesn't really care what race its protagonist is that makes it work. Anyone who's read the comics knows who Miles is, and everyone else is just kind of along for the ride.
I'm along for the ride. I don't know who he is.
It makes you relate to him immediately, which is saying something. I get the overall feeling that a lot of comic fans don't love comic Miles Morales. So for Lord Miller to take a not-so-loved character and turn him into one of the best takes on Spider-Man, That's impressive. The typical Spider-Man origin story has been an allegory for some different things over the years, but usually it's about puberty.
Pretty
Miles
much.
specifically denies that because his story is about something else. You could probably apply it to a lot of specific marginalized groups like the LGBTQ+, or even racial minorities, but really I think it's just about being other. He thinks he's alone in the beginning, and then the first person like him who offers to help dies. It turns out the one man he thought he could trust as a mentor is an other hater, or at least works for other haters. In the beginning, he even probes his dad to see what his thoughts on others are.
You really hate Spider-Man?
His father's acceptance through the door when his dad actually crosses the halfway point towards Miles, I might add, ends up being the push Miles needs to accept who he is. He didn't want to be Spider-Man. He spends the beginning of the movie trying to get out of it. And then when confronted with challenges, he looks to Peter B for guidance, but as much as Peter learns to love Miles, he doesn't have much to offer Miles after an entire career of being the other himself with no one to help him. So in accepting that Miles just has to take that leap, he embraces his otherness and becomes Spider-Man. It's beautiful, it's moving, and the relationships between these three are so genuine. Without an ounce of love triangle, by the way.
Yeah,
and those
that's true.
relationships would not work without this cast.
Also true.
A given, obviously. Catherine Hahn is by far the best of the villains. No offense, Liev. I think she was just given more to work with. Haley Steinfeld has this softness to her, even though, like I said, Gwen is the toughest of all of them. Shameik Moore, it is crazy to hear a mid-20s guy capture the sound of a middle schooler so well. We always connect with and root for Miles, and Shameik's voice is a huge part of that. If you haven't seen Dope and you're into 90s rap and R&B, what am I saying? You've already seen it. It's dope. And then having Jake Johnson for Shameik to play off of tied the whole thing together. I'm not going to say that Jake Johnson is my new favorite Parker Spider-Man. I'm also not going to say that. I love you all, guys. Don't get upset. He's just so, I don't know, self-aware.
True.
He also feels like the closest version of Spider-Man to what I would be if I were Spider-Man. You know, I'm just here for the bagels. But this movie, watch this movie, study this movie. We need more of this, and we need to encourage it.
We need a sequel.
It did well enough that I'm sure it'll get a sequel.
Yes.
It didn't break any records. Well, except Sony Animation records.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I just think we should reward.
Hey, I like Source Up, kind of.
Chance in seeing movies like this in theaters. Next week, the end, well, current end of a long road.
Oh, I'm confused about what the hell that is. They go exactly 200.
And it's a no on the cape.
What? Why?
No capes.
Come on, Edna. We need a cape. Come on. So yeah, that was it. I did not talk a lot during this one. Sorry, I was too enthralled. Did I use the word correctly? By this, whatever. I was too captured by this video. Sorry, I was really paying attention a lot. That's how much I like the movie. I want to pay attention to other people's stuff about it. If you want to, let me know if you down in the comments below if you like this movie or not. Because I sure as hell did. I also love this video. That's actually kind of the reason I don't think I do many CinemaWins videos, because I pay so much attention to them that I don't talk anymore or anything. But pretty much I was agreeing with them the entire time. Now I want to go buy the movie so I could just go through and find as many hidden details as I can before looking up a video about hidden details in the movie. But man, I really need to go watch the movie again, and you guys should go watch it again too, if you want to. If not, don't do it. But yeah. Sorry. Yeah, that's all I got for this time. I'll see you guys next time, and goodbye.